right, friends, we're gonna start working on the background on our frog drawings, the background. We're gonna color a couple things in first in the frog. We don't wanna color the whole frog in. We're just gonna give him a couple spots, just like the spots that Philippe had in the story. So I'm just gonna go in and do some circles, maybe about 3 filled in circles with green, and I'm gonna press really hard. Then maybe I'll just do one over here up by his cheek. So we've got that in. We're also gonna go in and just color his tongue. So I'm gonna outline that tongue. You can use pink or red and fill it in lots of pressure. After I've gotten the tongue in, I'm gonna switch to a yellow crayon. So I'm gonna find a yellow crayon and we're gonna color the little U shape on our frog's belly. So we're gonna outline it first. And then after we built our fence, we're gonna color in with circles over and over. So we have a nice yellow tummy. Okay, so that's perfect, friends. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some crayon to the background. And we're gonna keep that yellow crayon. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna go in and we're gonna first outline around from this line. Remember that horizon line we did? We're gonna outline on top of that horizon line. So go ahead and color the top of that horizon line like this. Then we're gonna go in and we're gonna go around his head and eyes. So I'm gonna go in and I wanna make a nice thick outline because my goal is I don't wanna get crayon inside of him right now. So I'm just making a nice fence around my frog. Okay, so I built a really thick fence around my frog, and what we're gonna do is color the negative space in. So I'm now gonna draw a line, and about right above his eyes, I'm gonna do a line that comes across, a horizontal line. From that horizontal line to the horizon line, I'm now gonna color that in with yellow. And because I went around my frog first and built a fence, my yellow is not going to get inside my frog. So just like we do when we are coloring inside shapes, if we're coloring our background, we also want to make sure we outline the outside edge of things. All right, so the goal right now is to not get crayon inside your frog. So I'm coloring from that line down only yellow. Okay, now that I have that, and I'm gonna switch to an orange crayon, which is another one of my warm colors. We're doing all warm colors at the top. You're gonna go above that yellow line, and right about halfway from the yellow line to the top here, I'm gonna do an orange line across. Okay, what we're gonna do now is going from that orange line, we're gonna color right up till we get to that yellow line. Now you can use the edge of your crayon too, like I'm doing, to color a larger area if you need to. All right, now that I have that orange area colored in, I'm gonna go in to my yellow a little bit with my orange. So I'm gonna go right up against where the yellow and the orange touch, and I'm gonna bring a little bit of that orange into my yellow, just a little bit. See how I'm doing that? I'm just dragging that orange crayon, not all the way down, just a little bit into my yellow so the two combine. And what I'm making is a yellow-orange now. All right, now from the orange line up, we're gonna do our third warm color. Which warm color are we missing? Great, we're missing red. So I'm gonna find a red crayon and I'm gonna go from the top to the orange line in with my red. All right, I have that area colored. We're gonna do just like we did with the orange. We're gonna bring a little bit of that red down into our orange to make a red orange. So that's what the color is called. We're just mixing a little bit down, not all the way. Now we're gonna get a crayon. I think I'm gonna use a brown crayon. And those cattails, I'm just gonna go, because we used yellow, we can color right on top. We're gonna go in and color those tops of those cattails brown. And we're just gonna go in and do maybe a little bit of green lines for grass around that cattail. Okay, friends, so now that we have that done, we're gonna go in and do the water. And again, today, all of this frog must stay paper. We are not gonna color the frog in. So I'm gonna get a blue crayon this time, and I'm gonna build a fence. I'm gonna start with that horizon line. And then I'm gonna go around the outside edge of my frog. So again, I'm building a fence around that frog first. Notice when I did this, that I did not go above the horizon line with the blue, just stayed below it. I'm now gonna go in and color the rest of that area blue. And goals is to stay outside of that frog. Don't get your blue crayon in the frog. Okay, now that we have the background done, we're gonna start to paint the frog in. So we're gonna have watercolor paints today. You're going to get two colors. We're gonna have this light green and we're gonna have this yellow. And you're going to see what these two colors look like when they're mixed together. Hey friends, we're now gonna paint our frogs in. So you're gonna get two colors, yellow and green. We're gonna start with the green first, and these are called watercolors, so you have to get your brush just a little wet first. And you're gonna pick up, remember, ballerina toes, tippy toes, pick up some of that green, and we're going to outline some areas first. So we don't wanna get paint in the eye if we can, so I'm gonna go along the edge, ballerina toes, trace the upper lid. So I'm just tracing that line on the top of my eye. I'm then gonna go in and trace the top. So just like with crayon, when you're painting, you want to outline the shape first. And now I'm gonna go in and paint inside of that eye. Ballerina toes. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest. So now I'm gonna do his head. So I wanna take this paint and I'm first gonna outline around the eyes. So I'm gonna go and outline the bottom of the eyes just like this. Okay, now that I have the eyes outlined, I'm gonna also outline the neck. Very gentle. If my paint's not showing, I need to dip it in more watercolor. Now what's neat is this little dot I did with crayon, I can paint right over because watercolor and crayon create a resist. So I'm gonna now take this green and I'm gonna paint right on top, and I can even do the same thing with my tongue. I can paint right on top of that. Now when I'm painting, I need to get paint every once in a while if my brush looks dry. I need more paint and more water. So with these paints, you have to add water as you go. Okay, I've got the top painted in. Now before that dries, we're gonna do something different. We're gonna get our yellow. What do we need to do before we get yellow paint on our brush? Right, you need to wash your brush first. So now I'm gonna get some of the yellow and I'm gonna take that brush and I'm gonna just go in a couple of spots. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of yellow, and what do you notice is happening with that green? It's looking a little like a green yellow. It's making the green brighter. So in a couple spots, we're just gonna add a little. Okay, now we're gonna do the body. So I'm back with the green again, back with the green. I'm going to outline around the tummy. Then I'm gonna outline along the body, under the chin. And now that I have that shape done, I'm going to paint in, and I can paint right over those little dots we did. After you've painted in with some of the green, wash your brush and get some yellow. You do not need to add yellow everywhere, but anywhere you want to brighten it, you can add a little yellow to that green. Okay, we're not, last thing is his legs. So we're just gonna outline, fill it in. These are easy. outline, fill it in, and you do not need to add yellow to the legs if you do not want to. It's up to you. I'm gonna add a little bit here and there.